Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Check, check, check. Oh. Okay, you're on.
Check two, testing two, check two. Yep, I think I'm all right.
Thomas Welding, precision, strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hubs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and stainless welding, operate an ASME stamp code shop, and provide roustabout services, dirt work, equipment rental, sandblasting, and coating. Owned and operated by Justin Thomas, who says we take pride in serving our community and are a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. For expert craftsmanship and dependable service, call Thomas Welding today.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71 and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbirds!
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of the Eunice community and the Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 15 years and is family owned and operated. Located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice, Guns Up is your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tank, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on the Eunice Cardinals and wish them luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Welcome everybody to 2026 Nucindo Credit Union's championship game as far as base or softball, and it is the 2A. It's not the championship game, but we are again in the playoffs, and one of the players, of course, is Eunice, and they got into it by historic and athletic means. They got in after having some difficulty trying to get some defense going on, but nevertheless, though, they were able to get past, and now they're facing Raton. And you saw that game yesterday. What did you think about it?
Well, thank you very much, Ron. Yeah, it was a big game yesterday. I got to see, as you mentioned, most of that is Raton taking on the Jowl Lady Panthers. An exciting 8-7 come-from-behind win for the Lady Panthers. And, you know, Raton came out, and they just had a few problems. And if Eunice can capitalize on those problems today like Jowl did, we mentioned yesterday during the Jowl broadcast that game was going to come down to who made the fewest mistakes, and Jowl made the fewest mistakes. I think Raton had 4 errors in that ball game, and that led directly to the win, and Jowl punching their ticket through to the winner's bracket finals that'll be coming up later on this morning, while the Eunice Lady Cardinals put up a football score yesterday, but they took advantage of 8 errors yesterday on Estancia to knock them out of this tournament and to keep their hopes alive. They're hoping for 3 big games today. They're going to need the offense. Defense played pretty well, but they're going to have to play even better against the number 2 team in the state today.
Exactly, and they're definitely going to have to make sure that they have little errors like you just mentioned. So, yeah, it's going to be definitely interesting to see how Coach Kemple can come out here and get his team to continue to be aggressive and motivated. I think when I watched them play against Jowl, for example, and they split the difference between 2 and 2, I thought this is a team that does not show their record, and I think they're going to do that right now. Looks like we're going to go into the national anthem. We'll take a break. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here on the Eunice Cardinal Network.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jowl, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Parker Energy Support Services, proud to be a part of the community. Parker keeps the oil field moving with water hauling, dirt work, and disposal services. The real pride is the people. Supporting the youth is at the core of who Parker is. Parker believes in the future, and Parker Energy is a proud supporter of the Eunice Cardinals. Parker Energy is now hiring, including a Class A CDL vacuum truck driver, competitive pay, strong benefits, and a team that treats you like family. Stop by Parker Energy today and apply. Build your future with a company that believes in its people and its community. When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Welcome back, everybody, to softball, Eunice softball right here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I am Ron Gunter, taking over for Jimmy. And alongside me, of course, is TJ Miracle, the Miracle Man himself, and he's going to make sure that we get this broadcast done right. And we are getting
at least till I've got to go to the right. Baseball game here in a few minutes.
I know, and I will say this right away. Hopefully I won't mention it too often, but I did manage to break my glasses, so hopefully it won't be too much of a distraction as we continue on. But again, Eunice facing number 2, Raton, as once again, as you mentioned, they lost to Jal yesterday. And they had only lost like 3 games, maybe 4 games, and it was just uncharacteristic of them. But again, they're going to be facing Eunice, and they're going to have something to prove. So Eunice is going to have to come out here and make sure that they do a perfect job, don't make any mistakes, and make sure that Raton isn't able to take advantage of any of those mistakes that they do make.
Well, and that is the key. You cannot play perfect, and you can't worry about playing perfect,
right,
especially at this level. But you've got to minimize those mistakes and hopefully keep Raton from cashing in on any of them. Eunice did win the toss. They've been lucky in that. They've been the home team the last 2 days, and they will be again today. Let's go ahead and give you the rundown of the lineups for the Raton Tigers, number 2 in the state under head coach Tommy Barksdale. Leading off and playing shortstop will be Jennifer Matarano. Batting second is the catcher Addison Medina. Hitting in the 3 slot, playing first, Tess Chatterley. Batting in the cleanup spot is the center fielder Paige Lemons. Batting 5th and playing position 5, that's third base, will be Jalen Quintana. Batting 6th and playing in left field, Sarai Vigil. Batting in the 7th place will be Gabby Boone, the DP or DH. Batting 8th will be Ariana Perez, the right fielder, and batting 9th will be Avea Marquez. She plays second base. Boone will hit in place of the pitcher Hayden Middlebrook, who went 6+ yesterday against Jal and took a no decision with that late comeback. For Eunice, leading it off and playing in left field to be Riley Dillard. Batting second is the shortstop Haley Jones. Batting third, playing second, Laylene Zamora. Batting in the cleanup spot, playing center, Bella Pierce. In the 5 slot, catching Mel Nieto. Batting 6th will be Lizzie Gaitan, the third baseman. Batting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So batting 7th will be number 20. And she plays first. That's Cheyenne Blevins. Batting 8th and playing in right, Audrey Garcia. And batting 9th, there we go, is Maddie Martinez, the pitcher who went the whole way yesterday and got the win. They're going to need a good game out of Martinez. The Eunice defense played extremely well behind her yesterday. Going to need that once again today. Martinez is a pitcher, Ron, that is really probably not going to overwhelm you with anything, but she plays very, very solid. She throws strikes, and then she needs the defense to really step up behind her to make sure that it limits base runners and that you don't have any errors on the field.
And that is exactly what they need to do, is make sure the pitcher is on point and the defense is working solid as a team, not as somebody who's just trying to get something out there. The main thing is just making sure you get those balls that try to go by you. If you can't get them, then stop them to limit the runs of the bases.
Yeah, limit the runs, limit the damage, limit the base runners, and just do what you can. Impressive for Eunice yesterday. They started out extremely shaky, giving up 6 runs in the first inning to Estancion.
Right.
You thought, oh boy, here we go again. It'll be like the regional game against Loving, but they just continued to fight, come through, and now they continue their run through the elimination bracket as Matarano steps in. Here we go, elimination time from the state tournament in Albuquerque.
First pitch is across, and it is, I thought it hit something, but it did not, so it's a ball. It's ball 1.
So the 1 ball, no strike count. You've got your corner infielders in. Outfielders are back deep here today. I think they learned some lessons yesterday.
Absolutely did. When you get burned, you learn.
That one going to miss high for ball number 2.
There we go.
So the 2 ball, no strike count. Matarano's dug in on the right side. Martinez kicks and fires, and that one will clip the outside corner, and that'll run the count to 2-1.
Exactly, 2-1 right now. And of course, as always, with these pitchers, they tend to go fast. They don't give the batter enough time. As he gets that one across, thought it hit the corner, but it did not, so it's a ball 3.
So 3-1 the count. The first time through, especially for both pitchers, they're going to be learning the strike zone and learning where they can go and where they cannot and get the calls.
Exactly, and the batter is trying to figure out the rhythm. As that one goes foul, but it's going to go to the left.
And a great job by Gaitan as she slid over in front of her own dugout and got that pop out. So Matarano popping out to Gaitan at third for out number 1.
Exactly. Nice little catch. She was able to camp underneath it and be able to get that for the first out, as you mentioned. Second coming up is going to be Medina. She is the catcher. She hits this when it goes to third and third to first. Not in time because it was bobbled a little bit. No, they did get him.
She picked it up in time. Blevins had popped out of her glove. A little bit of a low throw there from Gaitan, but Blevins wisely, I'm a little surprised she got that one because she kind of trapped the ball with the glove, but I guess she got it turned around and got the glove underneath the ball. The umpire right on top of it. Good call. So Medina out 5-3 for out number 2.
Was able to pick it up and make that out, like you said, out number 2. One more to go. And that'll be Chatterley. First one goes high for ball 1.
Chatterley, the number 3 hitter in this lineup. She does have a little bit of pop, but not as worried about it with nobody on and 2 outs.
Goes a little high and outside for ball 2. So, yeah, getting some patience calls out here. I'm not sure. I think they're Raton. It seems like a lot of Raton fans are here at the moment.
Well, because of the power situation, I think we're actually on the Raton side. Popped up right side. And right into the glove of Blevins for out number 3. So a couple of pop-outs to each corner. And Raton goes 1-2-3 in their half of the first. Half inning of play in the books. It's Raton nothing. Eunice coming to bat. This is Eunice Lady Cardinal State Tournament Softball here from Noalmark Digital and One Radio Square KPZA Sports.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jowl, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. you by R360.
All right, welcome back, sports fans, as we're about to get into bottom of the first. And Raton, once again, 3 up, 3 down. Could not get on the base, so it was no hits, no errors, no runs. Nobody left on base and no strikeouts either, and we go to the bottom of the first. Let's see what's going to happen as the first one coming up for Eunice is going to be Riley Dillard.
Dillard had a good game yesterday. She's really kind of the spark plug at the top of that lineup. If she can get on, she's very aggressive on the base paths. And that, even though you can't lead off in softball, that still puts pressure on the defense. And she was responsible for, I think, the pressure she put on applying some of the problems yesterday. Middlebrook is in the circle. Medina is her battery mate. Chatterley, Marquez, Matarano, Quintana, the infield first to third. Vigil, Lemons, and Perez outfield left to right.
First pitch is coming. It's going to go over the middle, but nope, it's going to go to the outside for the ball call.
Just a little bit high on that one. Outfield playing straight away and fairly deep. Middlebrook, again, a good fastball, a good riser. She starts off her wind. She bends over at the waist, almost like a baseball pitcher before she goes into her motion.
Oh, that was high. Came right to me, and we would have had a camera, of course, you would have seen it 3D, but that is nevertheless a ball as it goes to ball 2.
Of course, not allowed to video stream from the state tournaments. NMAA reserves those rights for themselves, but we're proud to bring you the audio right here this afternoon and all tournament long.
It's another wind up. Another one over ahead. Had to duck on that one, so ball 3 as the second ball in a row has gone over the head of the batter of Dillard. And she's just hanging in there, keeping the bat on her shoulder.
And Dillard may very well have the green light with 3-0 if she gets something that she can hammer.
Should be, in most cases, a strike call, but we'll see. Up high for ball 4. So she gets her walk. She takes a trip to first.
So the opening walk, and now that'll put pressure on the base paths as Middlebrook is not liking her landing spot out in the circle. She keeps kicking it around and dragging it through and trying to, I guess, get more comfortable out there. It is natural surface here at the Los Altos Sports Complex. So who can adjust to the field conditions best next as Haley Jones will step in.
First one goes across, and she does find the strike zone on that one. Strike 1 as Haley watches it go by.
Jones, another good hitter. Every Eunice batter yesterday in that 16-13 win, getting in the books and contributing in the offense in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Oh, I can believe that. They were hot yesterday. As that one goes up the right-hand side into the outfield, and the right fielder gets it, but not before a single is made. So first and second going on right now as Eunice is starting to move the bats.
Nice job there by Jones. She just sat back on that, was waiting on the fastball. It wasn't Middlebrook's hardest pitch, and Jones was waiting on it. Got around on it just a touch late, but scorched it on the ground out in the 4-hole between first and second and out into right field. Perez got to it quickly to limit the damage, but runners at first and second, Eunice in business.
Exactly, with the first hit of the game. First one goes a little low. Thought it was a strike, but instead it is a ball call. Ball 1.
So a 1-ball, no strike count. Important for Eunice now with nobody out, 2 on, to do some damage here in the first and set the tone.
Yes, indeed. That one is a swing and a miss as she was a little ahead of that one for strike 1. So 1-1 is the count right now, and I had that one accidentally, but maybe I'm a foreseer of the future. So 1-1 the count. Takes a little time, goes in, gives a windup, and couldn't find the strike zone.
Ooh, that was very close. Yeah, and you hear the groans from the black and gold. Raton wearing the black unis with the white letters and numbers and the pinstripes. Eunice in the home whites with the red pinstripes and the red letters and numbers.
Yes, indeed, as another one comes across here in a second. That's going to go high and to the right. I think they were pitching for the runners, so that was a clear ball, ball 2, or
and Middlebrook, again, is doing basically landscaping work out in her landing area. As soon as that one flew, she went in and was kicking dirt everywhere. So, yeah, we may have to take a break between games and get the air duster out.
Actually, that's ball 3, and a strike makes it a full count of 3-2.
Zamora got a good look at that one, but just came over the top of it. I think she was expecting a little rise on that fastball, just did not get it. So now the full count, going to be important to protect the plate.
Zamora one more time, trying to get the base runners to go, maybe even get an RBI to boot, but she's got to make contact. And that one's going to be high for ball 4, so she's going to walk it and load the bases.
So the second walk issued there by Middlebrook. She had a little trouble with that, especially late in the game yesterday. So now Bella Pierce, who's the cleanup hitter for a reason, will step in with a chance to clean up and do some damage here against Raton.
I believe if anybody can get it done, it is Bella as she comes up confidently to the box and sets up for the pitch.
And she does hit it, but it's right on the ground, and they'll choose to go to third and then over to first. Is it in time for the double play? No, it is not. And so Pierce will reach on the fielder's choice, while Dillard will be out 5-2 for out number 1. But it will move Jones around to third, Zamora to second, and Pierce with the fielder's choice stands at first. And now Mel Nieto's turn to try it with 1 out and the bases juiced.
Exactly. With those juiced bases, she's watering to get that hit. But that first one goes high for the ball 1.
You need to take advantage of the walks if you can. And Bella, her dad, the first base coach Tyson down there, he just told her hit it hard. And she did, but it was right at Quintana over at third.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't go where you want it to.
Now 1-0 count to Nieto at the plate. And make it 2-0 as that one rolls in from Middlebrook. And if this was bowling, that might have been a strike, but This is softball.
So Mel just being patient on that one as it continues to be 2-0.
A walk is as good as a hit here. Make her pitch to you. Find something you like and you can handle.
Exactly. Don't force the issue. Let the pitcher do that as it goes another ball.
Nope, that was a strike. She swung at it. Yeah, good late break on that one from Middlebrook as it had Nieto. She was sitting dead red, and it looked like a fastball coming out of the hand, but it broke late, and so not able to catch up with it, Nieto.
Sound goes right up to the pitcher, unable to get it in her glove, so that means one comes across on that E1 for the error.
So again, we talked about it in the pregame show. The errors are going to play a big factor in it. So Nieto will have an RBI reaching on the error as it cashes in Jones, and Eunice up early 1-0. Bases still jacked as Lizzie Gaitan to the plate.
Exactly, and that is exactly what Eunice wanted to see, was a start early with the lead.
And that one will be inside as Medina having to come out of her crouch and basically crab walk back behind Nieto to pick that one up to keep everybody where they are. Ball 1 to Gaitan at the plate.
There we go. 1-0 is the score.
And 1-0 the count to Gaitan.
With bases loaded and 1 out.
Good pitch as that one rose right through the zone. The rising fastball from Middlebrook evens it up at 1-1 to Lizzie. Bases still loaded. And the middle infielders playing back normal. They're not playing in to try and cut off a potential run.
So Gaitan still at bat. As that one goes across, it is wild, but they're not going to run.
And that, I think, a mistake over at third by Zamora, as there's not a lot of room behind home plate here at Field 1 at Los Altos, but Medina lost that one and it caromed off onto the first base side. I think Zamora would have had a chance to come in there, but holds it off. Instead, now it's 2-1 to Gaitan at the plate. Bases still loaded.
Eunice understands that they've got to play it tight. They scores are premium, and they can't waste any of them at all, especially against this Raton team. So back on the mound. Gets the call, and the pitch is going to go foul as it goes to the left, just in front of third base.
Gaitan kind of topping that one a little bit as it took a funny spin and reversed the spin from Middlebrook, who does have good spin on her ball. Lizzie didn't barrel that one up, and it squirrels foul down the third baseline. So she's seeing the ball, just didn't quite get it squared up, and now it's 2-2. Got to play plate protection.
No, but at this rate, though, as long as you make connection, then you can figure out what the speed is and correct. This one gets hit, also foul, almost the same hit as it was just a moment ago as it goes in front of third base.
Hit that one just a little bit more solidly than last time on pretty much the same pitch from Middlebrook. If you see 3 in a row that way, I would expect Lizzie to barrel this one up. I bet we don't see that same pitch again.
I would think so, too. Count is still at 2-2. That one goes up the middle over to the pitcher. She's going to throw it to home.
But then a throw down to first, it'll be an error, and that will get a run home.
Yes, indeed.
So Zamora will be out 1-2 for out number 2. But then Bella Pierce will come around and score on the E2 on the throwing error as Mel Nieto will cruise into second. And actually, no, that'll score. Zamora was out going home, so Bella came in to score. Nieto goes around to third and Gaitan to second, reaching via the fielder's choice, then moving over on the error. 2 errors in the inning, and now Cheyenne Blevins to the plate.
And Cheyenne hasn't had much chance of playing this year due to injury, so she's hoping to get back into it physically. First one goes for the strike. She found the corner on that one, as I thought it dropped out of sight, but instead it did hit the zone.
Yeah, it was right at the knees. Cheyenne, a tall girl, so she's got kind of a long strike zone there. So a no ball, 1 strike count.
Swung and missed, and that is strike 2 on that one. She thought she saw something great, but instead she had to fall in a little bit. It was inside. She just wasn't able to contact it.
So now down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 runs across for Eunice, and runners in scoring position here in the first.
Foul back towards us, and that'll be no count change, 0-2.
What did I do, Cheyenne? She hit it like right at me.
I don't know, so well, either that or the scorekeeper. Either way, though, still bases are 2 on with second and third with 2 outs.
Of course, we hope we've got 4 Eunice games for you today, 3 softball and a baseball game.
Yeah, you definitely got that baseball game. They are number 1 for a reason, as that one gets hit, and it's going to go over to first base. She's going to go back and tag it for the out number 3. But Eunice was able to get some runs in, 2 to be exact. As we get back into it, we're going to go to the top of the second. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage. It's all happening right here.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West.
Welcome back, Eunice fans, and possibly even Raton fans, as we're into the top of the second, bottom of the first. That was 2 runs off of 1 hit, 2 errors, and 2 left on base. As Raton tries to come back, it is 2-0 at the top of the second. What do you think Raton's going to do?
Well, Raton's just going to have to figure out exactly what they're doing against Martinez in the ring. A couple of pop-outs and a kind of a soft ground out to Gaitan. Not seeing the ball well here early, but they proved yesterday against Jowl that once they've seen a pitcher through a time or 2, they can really kind of start concentrating on her. So Raton just going to look to keep the bats clicking, and defensively they've got to kill the errors.
Paige Lemons is coming up to bat. She hits this one to the right. It is fair, and actually it's not going to be able to get caught, so it'll be an error on that one, and she goes all the way to third. All right, so either way.
It'll be a triple for Paige Lemons. Taking a funny step over there was Zamora trying to get to it. That was really out in no woman's land, Ron. Nobody could get to it. Nobody could touch it. Then it kind of bounced up, and then Zamora took a funny step as she hobbles back to second. So it'll be a leadoff triple for Lemons as she heads over to third on just a little bloop pop-up, a little Texas leaguer to right.
Quintana coming up next. Yeah, the grass over there may be having a little bit of pit holes in there. That first one goes across. I thought it hit the top, but instead it is a ball. It's already 1 on at third base, 60 feet away from a score, and Raton is looking to score with no outs.
And a snap throw down to third. Playing in over at third was Gaitan. Trying to get Lemons maybe sleeping a little bit over there. Lemons, Quintana, V. Hill, the first 3 due up. So 4, 5, and 6, middle of the order. for the Lady Tigers.
And it's amazing how you can catch that sometimes, as that goes high to the right, up.
Yep, let's do it. And now are they going to argue blocking the plate? She had the ball. There's no plate block. There is no plate block.
There wasn't much else she could do. She was sitting right there.
And Coach, and once you have the ball,
right,
the catcher has primacy over the plate. So I don't know if this is a score or if it's a 2-5-2 put out.
We'll find out here in a second, simply because, once again, like you said, once the catcher gets the ball, she turned around. There wasn't much she could do except for extend her arm out and tag it.
And held on to the ball, so that should be out number 2. But the third base umpire quickly, and Coach Kyle Kemple arguing, and I don't blame him on that one.
No.
But, yeah, I don't think that's right. What happened was you had the snap throw down Nieto to Gaitan, and they got Lemons pretty much in no woman's land out there. And then Lemons deciding, okay, maybe I can outrun Gaitan, and she'll wait too long to throw it. Tosses to Nieto. Nieto, the throw pulled her back down the line and in front of the bases, and she caught it, but she caught the ball. And so she had possession when Lemons initiated contact. So it should be, the catcher has every right to that spot when she has the ball. It's no plate blocking, which is what the umpire down the third baseline called, which would be safe. And so Coach Kemple going to continue to argue his case. So there's no question that something happened at the plate. As Kemple's still going to argue and it's a little bit surprising to me that the third base umpire called that. The home plate umpire was right on top of it and called out. Because he's on top of it, he should have the call. And so it'll be safe at home for Lemons on plate interference. And so now it is 2-1 in favor of Eunice with V. Hill at the plate. And a 2-0 count to her. Well, the next pitch will be high. I believe that's ball 3.
Yes, indeed.
So it's a 2-1 count, or a 2-1 score now with one down. And the pitch to V. Hill missing outside, so now it's 3-1. And it's a 2-1 score with one down. And the 3-1 pitch. That one is going to, hits the outside corner, just shaves the black to V. Hill.
Gets us to full with nobody on, and we got what? One out. Sorry, we got
one out and one on, yep. Should be 2 outs, but that's my personal opinion.
I too, but nevertheless, here we are. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be out number 1, or strikeout number 1.
And a good pitch there from V. Hill, or rather to V. Hill from Martinez. Actually, that was strike 2. I think we got our numbers all kinds of off here.
That does happen when you got a play that is out of the ordinary.
And that'll be ball 4. So the first walk issued.
So instead of a strikeout, it is a walk.
I've really got to quit doing my book and pen. So now Gabby Boone will step to the plate with 1 on and 1 out, 1 run across for the Raton Lady Tigers. Boone, the DP today, hitting in place of Middlebrook, the pitcher. So a catcher interference call has changed the complexion of this top of the second.
I think Eunice will be able to get back as they try for another run.
So V. Hill will move down as a snap throw coming from Nieto and really got V. Hill sleeping between first and second, but it got airmailed, so that'll be an error on Eunice. It'll be a throwing error on Nieto, which allows V. Hill to move to second. So now a runner in scoring position, and it was ball 1 at the plate to Boone.
Exactly, and just when you thought that Eunice was able to take advantage of a mistake by Raton, instead it turns out to be a mistake by Eunice, and Raton takes it. So that one goes foul to the left. Never had a chance.
So the slow roller over there. If you're Martinez in the Eunice defense, you just have to shake off the bad play a minute ago, resettle, refocus, and just take care of the batter that's right in front of you with Boone.
Absolutely. You know, there's plenty of plays. One does not define a game. Someone goes across for the ball. Thought it had the strike call, but instead it did not. So 2-1 to count. Martinez with a windup. That gets across. It's going to go to third, and she's going to rally up first in time for out number 3, looks like.
Nope, just out number 2.
That's right.
So Boone will be out 5-3 for out number 2. V. Hill, she got a not good jump on that, and that gave Blevins a chance to try and go across the diamond to Gaetan. The throw was a little bit up the line, so that let V. Hill move over. But now 2 down with Perez, the number 8 hitter, up to the plate.
Perez coming in with a .294 batting average. That one goes and gets fouled back for the tip.
So strike 1, a run across, but 2 down, runner at third. Eunice leading 2-1, top 2 on a bit of a controversial blocking the plate play.
There we go with the pitch. There goes down the middle. It is definitely down the pike for a strike on that one. 0-2.
And good spin on that from Martinez. The way it came out of her hand, I really think that Perez maybe had a little trouble picking that up.
Exactly. Wasn't sure if it was going to drop or stay up there like that one. So she got that one bit from the last pitch, and she got the first strikeout of the game. That's strike 3, and also out number 3 as well.
So you got 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error committed, and 1 left. We've played an inning and a half. It is Eunice 2, Raton 1. Lady Cardinals State Tournament softball action continues in a moment.
Eunice Municipal Schools is proud to serve their students and community every single day. From kindergarten to high school, Eunice Schools has stood strong, delivering quality education, building resilience, and shaping tomorrow's leaders. This year, Eunice Schools is focused on more growth, more learning, and more Eunice pride because Eunice is on the move and the schools aren't slowing down. To the students, families, staff, and the entire Eunice community, thank you for being a part of something special. Let's make this year one to remember. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
All right, it is quite a game here. I thought it might be. So far, it's tight. 2-1 is the score as Eunice goes to the bottom of the second to be able to bat for the second time in this game, and I'm expecting to see more movement like we did in the first.
Well, and you've got 8, 9, and 1 due up for your Lady Cardinals. That's Garcia Martinez. Then back to the top of the order with Dillard. So Eunice overcomes an error and a little bit of controversy to allow just 1 run. And if they can pick up, and they were already starting to pick up on Middlebrook early, if they can continue that trend here at the bottom of the lineup, then turning it over to the top, it could become a very long morning for Middlebrook. Eunice has the ability to really turn the screws and turn the knobs on the scoreboard. We talked about this a little yesterday. Eunice and Jowl, when you put in Loving and Texaco, really play in the toughest district in the state. So Eunice is probably the best number 9 seed we've seen in a long time.
And of those teams, all of them have a positive on the strength of schedule. First one goes across a little high for the ball.
So a 1 ball, no strike count to Garcia. Garcia with good speed. She's another one who can cause havoc if she can get on the base paths. But make Middlebrook throw to you. She's had a little trouble commanding the zone early.
Yes, indeed. As that one gets jacked to the left, just over the head of the third baseman, it looks like she's going to easily go to first for a stand-up single.
Nice job there as she just sat back, and a little bit of an off-speed pitch there from Middlebrook, and so she just dumped it out into shallow left field. Hit it where they ain't. That's the old saying, and that's what Garcia does there. So the leadoff single, and now Martinez in a pitcher-pitcher duel with a chance to help her own cause right here with nobody out and a runner on.
Oh, yeah, got to love those odds. As so far, Eunice looking good on the bats. Bunt call, and couldn't get it across for the strike, looked like.
Yeah, just tipped that one off and kind of poked at it. The key to the bunt, and you don't see this as much anymore, and I know I've been harping on it for probably 5 years now, is you've got to get it out there and you've got to put it down and try and deaden the ball. You can't kind of be swiping at it and sweeping at it unless you're one of these slap bunters, which Martinez is not.
Yeah, and he definitely got to bat it down. As that one was an easy out. No question about that one thrown out at first. In fact, she was waiting for the runner to get there.
Yeah, Medina throws out Garcia 2-6 as the tag by Matarano. And so that was just an oopsie. Should have seen that. Medina with a good arm and a perfect throw. Count evens up at a ball and a strike on Martinez. With the runner going, she had to see that side. If you're Martinez, you have to even swat at it, swipe at it, try and do something on that pitch.
Exactly, but nevertheless, though, one out. That one gets hit up the left-hand side past third base, and it's going to find the outfield for a single.
So through the 5-6 hole out there between third and short, Martinez with back-to-back singles, but unfortunately you've got the caught stealing, which wiped out the initial run, but still one out, one on. Turn it over to the top of the lineup with Dillard. Riley worked the leadoff walk her first time up and then was thrown out coming home on a soft grounder.
Hopes to get better as this one is. Looks like she's already showing bunt. She's going to go ahead and hit it, and it's going to go to the left outfield and be safe at first.
So back-to-back singles as Dillard heads over to first as she just dumps that one into shallow left center. That'll move Martinez over to second, and now Dillard at first, and you've got Jones to the plate. Jones with a soft single to right, her last time up.
Jones just itching to get a couple of RBIs under her belt, maybe even get a double as well, but of course she's going to get up there and see what is delivered from Martinez first.
And some ump help from our right side, which is the Raton side. Because of where the power is here at Los Altos, we are sitting more towards the Raton side, but a good crowd on hand from both cities. Strike one to Jones as she fouls that one off.
Yeah, badly to the left as it went straight out, but uncatchable. That one is hit this time, lined up perfectly as it gets past shortstop. It will load the bases up as they throw to home, but nobody's running there. So bases loaded and Jones on at first.
And again, you got to ask yourself the what if question. What if you don't have that caught stealing? You've got a run lead, but you can't worry about it. So Martinez at third, Dillard at second, Jones at first. The hit parade looks to continue with Laylene Zamora, who walked last time up.
And you never want to get caught on that what-if situation because there's a whole lot of what-ifs and you never get the right answer. So Zamora up to bat. First one goes backwards for the foul.
A little bit of a rising fastball there from Middlebrook. Laylene came up under it, still managed to get some contact with it. And as you mentioned, fouled it right back into the screen. Outfield playing deep, and they've got the middle infielders pinched in, or the corner outfielders pinched in. Middle infielders are still back. A little surprised that they're not playing everybody in to try and cut off the run.
Maybe afraid of a deep ball, but either way, they got bases loaded and just one out. They're trying to get out of this inning. That one goes across, a little offhand, and it'll be a ball.
So a 1-1 strike count to Zamora at the plate. Eunice leads by a run. It is elimination round, so win or go home. Eunice will have to win 3 today to continue play here at the tournament.
That goes high. It's almost catchable, but no, instead goes right in front of the ump.
Yep, as that one clinked off the top of the overhang here on the chain link right in front of us. This complex has chain link around the whole facility. Down at this particular field, field one, you've got netting down the line in left, but it is open everywhere else.
Yeah, a shallow backstop, so hardly any chance to get that catch from the pop-up. As that goes low, hits the dirt for a ball.
So a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Zamora. Again, Zamora with a good eye at the plate, walked the last time, and she has the ability to fight off pitches. So the base is juiced, nowhere to put her. And a 1-run lead for Eunice, 2-1.
That goes high for ball 3.
And a good eye by Zamora. She kind of flinched at that one, but then noticed the spin, picked that up as it rose on out of the zone from Middlebrook as she just watches it to run the count full.
Yeah, she noticed that it wasn't going to drop, and it did not, just above the strike zone for the ball. Foul tip on that one, and it's going to make it full.
And again, good job, kept her eye on it. Knew it wasn't something that she really wanted, but with 2 strikes, she had to at least try and fight it off and get a piece of it. Bad exchange out there from Medina to Middlebrook, but Middlebrook gets to it quickly, which keeps everybody right where they are. Jones at first, Dillard at second, Martinez at third, and a full count to Zamora at the plate with 1 out and a 1-run Eunice lead.
And you definitely don't want to lose a run just because you tried to be a little greedy. That one goes for ball 4, and we've got a walk in for a run.
So a walk RBI for Laylene Zamora as that'll cash in Martinez. Eunice takes the 3-1 lead. Dillard trots to third, Jones to second, and Zamora to first. And here comes Coach Barksdale as he wants to have a talk with his infield and his pitcher. And he's not talking to the pitcher, he's actually talking to his infield as Middlebrook just heads out of the circle, and now it'll be the rest of the infield working on the landing zone as it's kind of gotten dug out up there a little bit as everybody kind of working to get it back together. Again, you've got to adjust to the field conditions that you are given. They do a nice job at this complex of keeping everything as even as they can, but when you've got players that are just constantly hammering on it, that is going to change the play and the feel just a little bit.
Yeah,
and the umpire's given them a long time to do their groundskeeping.
Right.
But the base is loaded, a run in for Eunice. They lead 3-1, bottom of the second. If they win this game, they will move on to try again. And actually, we've got a pitching change out there. So moving over and taking over on the hill will be Quintana. So you'll have Middlebrook and Quintana just trade places in the field. So pitching change, Ron.
Exactly, and I wasn't expecting that so early. Thought maybe at the end of this inning or maybe the beginning of the third, but nevertheless, though, here we are with a pitching change. Let's go ahead and get a break in here. Thank our sponsors, without whom, of course, we would not be able to put these on the air. Here's one of them right now.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Lavelle Insurance, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their...
All right, we are back as that was a quick pitch or warm-up for the new pitcher.
So Quintana will take over, and her first pitch will be on the outside corner to Bella Pierce with the bases loaded and one out, and Eunice up by 2.
And the object for Raton is to make sure that they get out of this inning with little damage as possible. That's the reason why the pitching change. That one goes across for the ball.
So inside, runner at first is Zamora, the RBI walk. Haley Jones with a single now stands at second. Riley Dillard, who also singled, stands at third. But now a new pitcher as Quintana steps in to face the cleanup hitter with the bases loaded again in Bella Pierce. That one will float outside for ball number 2. Eunice loaded them up in the first inning, managed to put 2 across, and now trying to do the same thing here in the second. They've already got 1. They just want to keep the line moving. You cannot get enough runs in a game in a tournament like this.
Ooh, swung and missed on that one, though. Big whiff and strike on that one.
Winner of this ball game will move on to continue playing. That game will be at noon against the Capitan Hojo Academy winner. That game also going on right now.
As that one gets hit to the left, it's going to be caught for the out. But it's going to be deep enough to get at least 1 run to come across.
Yes, it will. So Pierce will have the sac fly RBI out to left as V. Hill tracks that one down. Dillard tags up and comes in. Jones will tag up and move to third. Zamora heads over to second, and it is now 4-2 in favor of the Lady Cards. 2 outs, and Mel Nieto to the plate. Mel an RBI. Her last time up reached via the error. She is 0 for 1, but with an RBI. So now 2 on, 2 out, 2 runs across for the Lady Cards.
That goes a little low for ball 1.
Nice job behind the plate by Medina, blocking that one out, keeping it in front of her. Good speed over at third with Jones. So if something gets a little bit far away from Medina, I could see Jones turning on the jets and coming home.
And that gets jacked across to the left once again into the outfield. Going to be big enough, not only for a single, but an RBI. So an RBI single, actually it's going to pull it up to a double.
So it'll be the double. So Jones will score. Zamora goes to third. Nieto with the RBI double. Cruz is into second. Now 5-1 in favor of the Lady Cards, and still runners at second and third. As Gaitan will step in, reached on the fielder's choice and was left stranded an inning ago, 0 for 1. But a chance to turn the styles some more.
Already hit foul to the right and back of us.
Gaitan just a little bit late on that one. It'll be her first time, of course, facing Quintana. Interesting thing, they pulled Middlebrook. Eunice really hadn't barreled her up yet. They weren't hitting her hard. They were just hitting them where they weren't.
Apparently, though, the manager saw something he didn't like and went ahead and pulled her. That one also goes between two gloves, third and shortstop, to make a single and an RBI single to boot.
So Zamora will trot on in as Nieto goes to third, and Gaitan with the RBI single dumps that one out into left field. So gets the RBI, and now it is a 6-1 lead in favor of the Lady Cardinals with Cheyenne Blevins to the plate. Lady Cards at the corners, Gaitan at first, Nieto at third.
So just like yesterday with Eunice, seeing 6 up. Right now it's 5 in this inning, and Eunice taking advantage of the Raton mistakes. So Pierce up next. It's a long wait for the pitcher. Finally gets the call. Going to hit that one and just fouled as it goes just in front of the third base.
Kind of came in on the hands of Blevins just a little bit there, as it was going to be a strike, but she had to pull the arms in and still caught it just above the hands to roll it weakly down the third baseline. Outfield playing pretty much straight up. You got Perez out in the right, maybe slightly towards the alley in right center. Infield again, corner infielders are in, middle infielders are back with 2 down, and runners at the corners.
And Blevins, who could not play this season, is probably chomping at the bit to make sure that she gets all of her plays perfectly done, so that way she can make the biggest impact on this game.
That was inside, so ball number 1. So a 1-1 strike count to Blevins at the plate.
That goes across, ball 2.
Floating out just a little bit there for Quintana. So a 2-1 strike count. Lady Cards up in this one, 6-1, and want to keep the turnstiles moving.
That one goes well low and bounces for ball 3.
And make Quintana pitch to you. Coming in, trying to put out a fire, as she's doing a little groundwork now. So the circle really, really bothering these Raton pitchers. Bothered Middlebrook, now bothering Quintana too.
That one goes just outside for the foul for strike.
Getting a piece of it. As Coach Kemple comes over and just gives a little word of encouragement to Blevins, as now it's a full count. 2 on, 2 out, 4 across. Eunice wants to keep doing damage with 2 outs. They did a lot of it yesterday.
That'll be outside. It's going to be a wild pitch. It's going to go ahead and score a run.
That'll be ball 4, and so that should, you got to go back. So Blevins will take the walk. First one issued by Quintana. Gaitan will head to second. Nieto still running for herself, has to trot back to third, but the base is loaded again now with Garcia. So she'll step in as the Lady Cards have now batted around in the inning. Audrey started this one with a single to left and then got caught stealing. But now bases loaded, 2 outs, and Eunice trying to keep the turnstiles moving.
Exactly. Would like to get a bigger lead if they can. First one goes across for, and that is going to be down the pike for a strike.
So a good pitch there from Quintana. Managed to get it on. Garcia steps out, takes the deep breath back in, ready to go. Down 0-1.
Just a bit outside on that one. Had to go and dive for it was the catcher, and she did get it in front of her.
So we're leaving it up at 1-1 strike. Blevins at first, Gaitan at second, Nieto at third. 4 runs across. Eunice looking to keep adding to it, but 2 down as they've batted around. Garcia, the 10th hitter of the inning, to the plate.
Hit that a looper, and it does just get over third base player for a single as well as an RBI.
Now the RBI single as Garcia dumps that one out into shallow left field, as you mentioned. So give her the RBI. So Nieto comes in, Gaitan to third, Blevins to second, and now Maddie Martinez to the plate. Martinez with a single to left, and now 7-1 in favor of the Lady Cards.
There's a nice little blooper. It just got over the head, over the mitt of the third baseman, so nicely done. Martinez once again hits this one over to the center, and that'll be caught for out number 3.
As Blevins going to third will be forced out by Matarano, who beats her to the bag. So a fielder's choice for Martinez, but Eunice puts 5 on the board as we head to the third inning. It is Eunice 7, Raton 1 as Lady Cardinal softball. Back in a minute.
Thomas Welding, precision, strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hubs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and stainless welding, operate an ASME stamp code shop, and provide roustabout services, dirt work, equipment rental, sandblasting, and coating. Owned and operated by Justin Thomas, who says we take pride in serving our community and are a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. For expert craftsmanship and dependable service, call Thomas Welding today.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71 and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbirds.
All right, welcome back to Cardinal Sports. Had a 6 hits, 4 runs with 1 left on base and no errors. We're going to go to the top of the third, and Raton is down by 5.
Actually by 6. It's 7-2.
Well, I'm looking at the scoreboard. But
their scoreboard's wrong.
I thought I had
2,
I did have
3,
7
4,
on there.
5, 6, 7. Yep, it is 7-1.
So I was right. I've had that before where scoreboard was slightly off. So thank you.
Of course, an electronic remote-controlled scoreboard here at Los Altos Field, so things can get a little off sometimes. But hey, you've got a 7-1 lead, and now you're going to be facing 9-1 and 2. So Eunice cruising here, but you can't let up.
No, you cannot. As Marquez comes up first to bat for Raton. That goes down the middle for a strike. Nicely put.
Nice job for Martinez there. Outfield playing straight up and about 2/3 of the way back. Infield pretty much their normal positions.
Now goes high. No chasing on that one, so ball 1. So 1-1 is the call right now.
Blevins, Gaitan, even with their bags at first and third and playing very deep, are Zamora and Jones up the middle.
Swung on and missed on that one, and strike 2.
Good change up there as Martinez saw and just tossed that one in. Interesting to note here at Los Altos, at least on field 1, the dimensions, all the base paths and everything are right where they need to be, but the cutout is way deeper than we are used to seeing.
Yeah, they had to readjust the field simply because I think they're used for baseball. They have 300 feet to the wall, but instead they had to go to 200 feet. Of course, they also had to change dimensions inside. Is that a swing and a miss or strike 3?
And then the throw down to Blevins. And if I'm Coach Barksdale on that one, I'm a little bit mad at Marquez because she did not run that one out. Blevins had a little bit of trouble controlling that one. Yep. You always, if you get an opportunity, you always have to run it out and run full speed, but you will take the strikeout. Second K of the ball game for Martinez. Now turn it back over, top of the lineup for Matarano.
Yeah, at least she didn't walk towards the dugout like some do. First one goes across, a little low for ball 1.
Matarano 0 for 1, popped out to Gaitan to lead off the ball game.
That one gets hit foul to the left.
Of course, we got a bunch of games today. If Eunice can hold on to this one, they will come back at noon to play the winner of Hojo Academy and Capitan. Then if they win that one, they'll move on to play the loser of the Jowl and Loving game, which will be going on at noon.
That one gets hit to the left, but will be caught. Easily done for out number 2.
Nice job by Dillard. She caught that one good coming off of the bat as Matarano got good wood on it, and it was a line shot, but Dillard with good speed and left charged in on it. made the grab. Of course, coming up at noon, you've got the Jowl Lady Panthers taking on Loving. Jowl Sports YouTube right now, it's Artesia and Lovington from out at Cleveland. As Medina steps in.
Always seems to be Artesian Lovington as that goes across for strike one.
And we've got Eunice baseball coming up at 1 o'clock from all the way across town as they will take on Texaco. So a lot of district games potentially today.
That one just goes in front of the bag for foul.
So a no ball, 2 strike count. There are 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Addison Medina is the hitter. This is an elimination round game.
Yep.
Eunice winning a thriller yesterday facing elimination and knocking out the number 4 team in the state, now trying to knock off number 2.
So the 0-2 pitch. Gets that one hit up the middle, but just towards the center fielder, and she gets it for the out. Out number 3.
So 3 up, 3 down for Raton as we have played 2.5. It is Eunice 7, Raton 1. Lady Cardinal State Tournament Softball back in a minute.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of the Eunice community and the Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 15 years and is family owned and operated. Located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice, Guns Up is your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tank, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on the Eunice Cardinals and wish them luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
We are back as it gets underway. Bottom of the second once again. It was no hits, no runs, no errors. Nobody left on base for the Raton Lady Tigers. They also had 1 strikeout as well. Coming up first.
So it'll be Dillard, Jones, and Zamora due up for the Lady Cardinals as they sent 11 to the bases or to the plate last time. So Dillard 1 for 1. She's reached both times, so she will start it off in the 3rd.
She is the hot hand so far for Eunice.
Ooh, good pitch inside corner for Quintana as drills that one in as Dillard was backing out of the way of it. A little backdoor break there from the righty.
Shaking her head too, thinking it was a ball, but instead called strike. Bunchode gets out of it, goes and ball call for that one as it goes low and to the left.
Evens it up at a ball and a strike. Outfield playing very deep as you got some folks trying to help the umpire, saying Dillard out of the box. I'm not sure you can tell on that front side of things.
As that one is a bunt and goes foul to the back. You know, it is hard to see because the line isn't quite defined as it could be.
Yeah, well, the line pretty much gets erased here. She's right on that line.
Well, you know, if she is too close, the pitcher usually tries to get her with a little bit of music.
Well, and the catcher and the ump are keeping an eye on it, so she's not out of the box. We did see that yesterday.
That one gets hit high to the right, shallow for out number 1, and that is the second baseman who caught that one.
So the pop 4 as Marquez camps out under it and makes the grab. 2 hands next time, young lady, as Haley Jones will step in. Jones 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Now 1 down and a 6-run lead for your Lady Cardinals. Looking to punch their ticket through to the noon ball game.
And she's been successful both times. Would like to do that again at this time at bat. This is getting hit. It's going to go to shortstop, and throw is not in time. In fact, it was lost.
Actually, that'll be an E3 as Chatterley should have had it, did not. Then another error going over towards second, so it'll be an E1, or an E3. So 2 E3s on the play, and Jones winds up at third. She reaches on the air, then gets to third on a 2-base error as Chatterley threw that one across the diamond and throws it away. So that is the 3rd error of the ball game by Raton, and that bails Eunice out as now it'll be Laylene Zamora to the plate.
Exactly. It looked like it was a bit aggressive on the base running, but instead it pays off as there are, like you said, 3 errors in one play.
Well, 2 errors and a third total in the ball game. But now you got to cash in on that one with Zamora to the plate. Zamora 0 for 0 with an RBI and a run scored. She's walked both her plate appearances. If you're Coach Kemple here, maybe time to turn up the heat and see if you can get the pressure on.
Still plenty of ball game, though, as that first one goes across for a strike.
Yes, there is. We're just in the bottom of the third inning. Eunice wants to keep the line moving, leading this one 7-1.
They already have a chance to get another runner to come across. That one gets fouled backwards, so she is, last 2 were strikes.
So a no ball, 2 strike count to Zamora. Bella Pierce waits on deck, just 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning.
Called a timeout for a moment. Now she's going back to the box.
Good to see Zamora moving around good. She kind of twisted the ankle a little bit back in the first inning. Seems to have walked it off and be fine.
Fouled again. She's a little late on her hits, but she is making contact.
Well, if you can just keep fouling them off, you stay alive, and eventually you're going to get something to handle.
Right.
She looks down to Coach Pierce in the third base box, and he relays some info out to her. Then she looks down to Coach Kemple, and he relays some more info.
High, no chance for a hit on that one, as that was definitely a ball.
There was a watermelon coming in and a tie and outside. If that one's about 2 feet lower and about 2 feet further over to the left, it's probably screaming over Sandia.
And it's going to go back for another foul, so she's keeping it alive right there. 1-2.
Well, that's what you need to do. If you're down 2, you're protecting the plate. You got 2 strikes on you, just keep protecting the plate, and eventually you're going to find something to handle, and it continues to force Quintana to have to pitch to you.
Absolutely. It's another high pitch. Not sure exactly who she's throwing that for, but definitely did not fool anybody as it goes to 2-2. Another delivery. Goes low, ball 3, full count on it right now.
And that's what you want to do. If you're Zamora, you've fought off some pretty good pitches, and now you've got a chance to either work the walk, get on base, continue the pressure, or you've got a chance to get a hit and an RBI here.
And but at the very least, a walk. And that's what happened. She gets walked because that was a low and a bit of a bouncer as well.
So now Lady Cardinals at the corner. Zamora at first, Jones at third, and Bella Pierce to the plate. Pierce is 0 for 1, reached on an error in the first, then had a sac RBI in the second. So now she'll step in here in the third with a chance to do some more damage. Just 1 out and a 6-run Eunice lead, trying to add to it.
That goes high. She thought about throwing it first, but did not. So ball 1.
And just 1 out here. If you're Raton, you need to be careful if you're thinking about trying to throw strikes down either side after the play.
That gets handled to third. She's going to rally it over to first, and it's going to be off the bag. Actually, she didn't catch it.
Yep, it'll be an E5 as that'll score 1. As that one rattles around out into right field, that'll score 2. So a 2-run error as Bella Pierce will reach on the E5 as Middlebrook just skipped that one in. Chatterley, no chance at it. And then it took a funny hop as it changes over from grass over to kind of Caliche out there behind the dugout. And Bella winds up at third. It would have been an RBI. So 2 more runs score, and now it is a 9-1 ball game in favor of your Lady Cardinals, and still 1 out, and Pierce now at third.
Exactly, and it looks like that the Lady Tigers are just in dismay as far as they're not playing as like they used to, or at least like a number 2 team should.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect the number 2 team to be having this much trouble.
Again, you also have to look back at the strength of schedule, and again, the 2A 4 district was the strongest one of the bunch, and of course Eunice is part of that.
And we've said before, and we will keep saying it, Eunice third in that district, but a very, very tough, tight district. And there's been some talk that depending on the day, Loving could beat UNM.
Oh yeah.
So that's a tough one as Mel Nieto will step in. She doubled her last time up.
Swings on that one, gets a foul ball. It is almost catchable, but could not quite get underneath it.
Medina dives for it in the on-deck circle, and Nobody's told her they're down by 9 runs or 8 runs in this one. She dives for it, gives it her all, but comes up empty, so it winds up just being a soft strike to the right side. Nieto getting a little break there.
Yes, she did. It was fairly catchable if you were quick enough, and she was close, but no cigar. As that one is fouled back and already 0-2, so she is down on the count, is Nieto.
But still, you've got 9 runs across here if you're the Eunice Lady Cardinals. You want to just keep adding to it. Just one down, Pierce at third. And an 0-2 to Nieto, who shows bunt, kind of holds the bat out there. I bet she pulls it back.
Yep. That goes really high for a ball.
That one goes floating through. That's one of them. I think it comes out of the hand a little funny for Quintana. Maybe one of those pitches she's still kind of trying to learn how to throw and master. She throws that a little bit lower, and it hangs like that. Anybody's going to hammer that one. So something to be aware of as we move through the game.
Speaking of which, that's going to be fouled backwards towards us and out of play.
You kind of need to watch Quintana. She does have the full windmill wind, but at times, and I think maybe she telegraphed some of her pitches just a little bit, instead of a nice smooth around through the hip motion, it's almost like she's shot putting it when she comes up and around. So something worth paying attention to.
Yes, indeed. That gets up the middle, and it's going to drop in front of second base, but she's going to be able to catch it, get it over to third, and now the rally to home is going to be safe.
So Pierce will score. It'll be a sac pop fly for Nieto. Actually, a sac grounder for Nieto. Nieto will be out 4-3 for out number 2, but it will be a sacrifice, and it will score the run. So now it is 10-1 in favor of the Lady Cards. Base is clear as Lizzie Gaitan to the plate.
Gaitan is a big hitter, and she's going to try to see what she can do to continue with the hits.
Reached on a fielder's choice in the first and was left stranded, and an RBI single in the second was also left stranded. And now try to get a 2-out rally going and get more runs on the board.
That's hit quickly to the left. It's going to find the outfield and be a single.
So Lizzie has her second hit of the ball game. Both of them going pretty much to the same spot there as Cheyenne Blevins to the plate. Blevins walked her last time up, grounded out to Chatterley at first, so she is 0 for 1, but has reached the base paths. So Blevins still trying to kind of get back into game shape after you mentioned having an injury-plagued season, but wants to keep the line moving here. 3 runs across. This inning makes it 10-1 in favor of the Lady Cards.
That's what I've got.
That's what I've got. Maybe I'll check with the scorer in the interim here.
That one gets hit for the foul as it goes back to the right, to the backstop. So 2 outs. Got 1 on. And Blevins looking to see what she can do with the bat.
That one right down the slot. Cheyenne's probably not going to see a better pitch than that all afternoon.
It may have been a little bit inside for her, but nevertheless, though, she watched it go by.
So now a no-ball, 2-strike count. Has to play plate protection as Quintana trying to get out of this one with no more damage being done. Eunice just wants to keep the line moving. And swinging a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the ball game for Raton pitching, and it gets them out of the inning, but more damage done as 3 runs come across for the Lady Cards. We head to the 4th. It is Eunice 10, Raton 1 as Lady Cardinal State Tournament Softball. Back in a moment.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Parker Energy Support Services, proud to be a part of the community. Parker keeps the oil field moving with water hauling, dirt work, and disposal services. The real pride is the people. Supporting the youth is at the core of who Parker is. Parker believes in the future, and Parker Energy is a proud supporter of the Eunice Cardinals. Parker Energy is now hiring, including a Class A CDL vacuum truck driver, competitive pay, strong benefits, and a team that treats you like family. Stop by Parker Energy today and apply. Build your future with a company that believes in its people and its community.
All right, right, we do have the 10-1 run difference. So 9 runs is what Eunice has.
Actually, they've got a 9-run lead.
Yeah, 9-run lead, yep. With 10-1 is the score. And Raton coming back to try to see if the Lady Tigers can do something with their bats once again.
And Raton's got the heart of the lineup coming up. That is 3, 4, and 5. Chatterley, Lemons, and Quintana, as they desperately need to get some runs here because we are inching closer to run rule territory.
Chatterley at the 500 mark on her average, and that first one goes across in front of the third base for a foul, and that's going to be strike number 1.
Got around on that one very early and smoked it out there. Chatterley got under one and popped it out into foul ground. Blevins handling that back in the first inning, so she is 0 for 1, but smoked that one. Foul.
Would have been inside. Could have been a decent hit, maybe even a double. That one gets hit up the middle, though, and it's going to go past second into the outfield for a single after all.
Yeah, just a little shot out into center field as Chatterley sat back on that one and waited on a little bit of an off-speed pitch there from Martinez. Shoots it out, so it'll be a leadoff single as now Lemons to the plate. Lemons singled to right, so she is 1 for 1, and she scored the lone run for Raton.
Yes, indeed. Chatterley coming up next.
So Lemons going to show bunt.
Lemons. I'm going to pull out of it, and it'll be a ball. See that a lot in softball where they set up for a possible bunt and then pull out of it and see what happens. Bunt again. Pulls out of it, hits it, and it goes foul.
Yeah, I was going to say, I cannot imagine Coach Barksdale taking the bat out of his cleanup hitter's hands to bunt. So count evens up at 1-1 to Lemons.
So all part of the strategy, the chess game that is going on that is known as softball. Again, showing bunt, goes out of it, hits it. It's going to go backwards, and it's going to be out of play for strike 2. I wonder if they call her Lady Chatterley.
I doubt it.
I know, right? Not if they want to live.
So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. A literary reference. I'm proud of you, Ron. That one's going to roll in for ball 2.
Right.
So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Eunice up by 9. We are in the top of the 4th inning. The leadoff single to right for Chatterley. She stands on first. Corner infielders in slightly. The middle infield back. Got her with the changeup.
Wow.
Ring her up, sit her down.
She swung that hard, and all she got for her efforts was a strikeout.
So that'll be the 3rd K of the ball game for Martinez, and now 1 down. Here in the 4th inning is Jalen Quintana to the plate. Quintana popped it out to Zamora back in the 2nd.
Yep, first one goes high for ball 1.
And she uses the bomb pop bat. No, I didn't find my bomb pop yesterday. Red, white, and blue.
As that one goes loop, and it's going to be caught easily for out number 2.
And a good job, Blevins charging in on that one, gets the little pop fly, and then immediately fires it to second where Jones was covering just to make sure that Chatterley over at first didn't tag up and go. So that's good heads-up softball awareness. So the pop out for out number 2, and now Soraya V. Hill comes to the plate, reached via an error, and then was left stranded. Actually walked and then moved on an error.
Right.
That'll be an E6 on Jones as it goes right through the 5-hole. She stayed up on it instead of going down trying to block it. So the error, as V. Hill will reach first, Chatterley moves over to second. And it's errors that have been the story of this game so far. 5 errors for Raton, and Eunice has cashed in 5 runs on those 5 errors.
True.
So now Gabby Boone to the plate. She grounded out to Gaitan back in the 2nd, 0 for 1.
So there's a little bit of a moment as Boone is about to step in.
Nope, actually that is going to be Middlebrook. So she will go in and bat for Boone since she is in the field now. So Boone will be out of the game. Middlebrook will see her first pitch.
The senior has been hitting .392 this season.
So Middlebrook, of course, got the start in the ring, in the circle. Would be on the hook for the loss right now unless Raton can mount quite a comeback. She had kind of a so-so game yesterday against Jal. But now a chance to see if she can help get herself off the hook with 2 on, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. And a 9-run deficit. Lady Cards in control.
First one goes across, low and outside for ball 1.
So the 1 ball, no strike count. V. Hill at first, reaching via the error. Chatterley at second, who led off the inning with a single.
And that gets hit to the left, out of play for strike 1.
Yeah, that one a rocket shot out there and hits off the screen that protects this field from the field next door down the line. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count now. That one hit off of one of the posts that hold up those nets. Ricocheted back in. Martinez gets it back. They check the ball. They say it's fine. Play on.
A little high delivery on that one for another ball.
So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. 2 on, but 2 out. A 9-run lead for the Lady Cardinals. They want to just get out of this one, get to the dugout, see if they can put some more runs up, and then take a little break before their noon ball game.
Yep, winner moves on. Loser stays or goes home, and should be interesting to see who they're going to be playing next.
Yeah, loser gets ready for graduation and off-season softball or volleyball workouts. So a 3-1 count now to Middlebrook. If you walk her, it's not the worst thing in the world. Check swing. Yep, she goes. Strike 2. Good pitch.
Wow, barely caught the corner on that one, looked like, but nevertheless, though, did so as she watched it go by.
So that'll run the count full to Middlebrook, hitting in the number 7 slot.
And this one gets hit up the middle. It's going to be a shallow hit, but it's going to get caught. Nicely done.
Great job there on the run. Pierce from center field gets that one as it looked like it was going to be a dying quail about 10 feet out into the outfield. Pierce playing back deep and charges in and makes the grab and ends the threat in the top of the 4th inning. So 3.5 in the books, halfway to the finale of this one. It is Eunice 10, Raton 1. Lady Cardinal State Tournament softball action continues in a moment.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71 and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbirds!
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
All right, so we had 1 hit, no runs come across with 2 left on base and 1 error as well. And we go to the top of the 4th.
Bottom of the 4th inning, and so it'll be 8, 9, and 1. Garcia Martinez, then turn it back over to Dillard. Eunice wants to get about 2, 3, 4, 5 runs if they can on this one and call it an early day in the 5th.
Now it gets a little dribble hit as it is foul to the left. Never had a chance.
Garcia is 2 for 2 in this ball game. Singled to lead off the second and then was caught stealing, and then had an RBI single to left later in that inning. That one's going to roll through, and so even the count at a ball and a strike. Quintana in relief for the Raton Lady Tigers, trying to keep their season alive as Lemon shading well into the gap in left center now, out in center.
Well, that's me a foul tip as well for strike number 2.
Off-speed pitch, and well out in front of that one was Garcia, who if she waits on that about another half heartbeat, it probably squares up and is a much harder hit ball, but still gets a piece of it down in the count 1-2.
And sometimes your eyes just light up when you see a throw like that as that one goes across for strike 3.
And that'll be the second strikeout of the ball game for Quintana. Second strikeout for Raton pitching, and that's back-to-back Ks now for Quintana as Maddie Martinez to the plate. Martinez singled to left in the second and then grounded into a fielder's choice to end the second, so she is 1 for 2 in the ball game.
And just like with me, I'm having to throw off some dirt around here. Has to clear off the home plate.
And we're going to have a pinch hitter into the ball game as that'll be Autumn Davis coming in to pinch hit for Martinez. It'll be interesting to see, of course, with the substitution rules in softball being much different than those of baseball. Davis could wind up being into hit and Martinez stays into pitch. If this was baseball, that would do it for Martinez.
Right.
So Davis pinch hitting. She had one plate appearance yesterday. Was 0 for 1. So she steps in the number 9 slot. Nobody on and 1 out. Eunice leading this one by a score of 10-1.
Yep, enjoying it, but still wanting to get a little insurance. As that swing and a miss for strike 1.
Probably needed the 3-iron to go down after that one. Davis, a tall young lady, the big strike zone, but I think maybe that one was a little under it.
She may need to calm down a little bit before swinging, but she does swing on that one and hit it. And it goes into right field, so
And
never mind what I said.
They can't decide what it was, and so the first base umpire who should have called it is Davis, round second, head to third. She never even pulls up, and it'll be a triple down the line in right. There was some question as to whether that was a single or not. The first base umpire didn't call it. The home plate umpire did. He said it was a fair ball, and so the triple right down the line into right field, and the Lady Cards are in business now.
Yep,
with the
one hit.
potential winning run now 60 feet away is Riley Dillard to the plate.
We'll still have one more inning to go, but nevertheless, you're right about that. She got on her horse and she ran around those bases as quick as she could, as there was, like you said, a little bit of confusion on whether it was fair or foul.
Coach Kyle Kemple gives her the big high five, and she will have a courtesy runner check in for her. He's coming in to run. That'll be number 2. That'll be Martinez, who's back in to run for herself now. So Davis runs as Martinez will check back in, get a little better speed on the base paths with 1 out, turn it back to the top of the order with Dillard.
I don't know about you, but I think she did a very good job running the bases and getting the triple that she did. Stand-up triple.
Yeah, Coach Kemple was going, stop, stop, stop. And Autumn was like, nope, I got this, Coach. And she stood up into third.
Exactly, as that one goes to shortstop. And will be out number 1.
But it will be a sac RBI ground out as Riley Dillard out 4-3 for out number 2. But it does cash in Martinez running for David, and now it is 11-1 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. That is the potential winning run as Haley Jones to the plate. So Raton will be down to their final 3 outs. And if they don't score a run, this ball game will be over.
Well, they need to get out of this inning first. So Hallie Jones up now. Gets this one hit. It's going to go middle and get caught easily. It looked like that by the shortstop.
Materano had to call off Marquez and Lemons both, but gets the pop out. But the run comes across. 4 in the books. It is Eunice 11, Raton 1. We'll be back for the top of the 5th and what could be the end of this one right after this. Eunice Cardinal State Tournament Softball. Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71 and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbirds! This message is
Thomas Welding. Precision, strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hubs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and steel.
All right, we are back as it is the Lady Tigers, as you said, do or die time with this 5th inning. First one goes across, a little outside for ball 1.
It'll be Perez, Marquez, and then Matarano. It is 8-9-1 to try and extend Raton's season. Eunice wanting to put them down and knock off the number 2 team in the state.
It would be a big feather in their hat. Like I said, we've talked about the fact that their strength of schedule and their ability to win games that most people wouldn't think they would. And they're doing this pretty simply, easily, because they face the number 1 Loving. As that one goes out, it's going to be foul. It did roll to the left.
And that was a smart move there by both Gaitan and Martinez. They saw the way that one was rolling. It was going to go foul, so they were saying, stay off of it, stay off of it. So what would have been probably an infield swinging bunt single becomes just strike number 1.
Exactly, and both sides just said back off, back off. Swing and a miss on that one will be strike 2.
As Martinez has really dialed in that changeup, she's using it more and more frequently, and so far it has paid dividends. 2-2 the count.
Perez still on there. 294 was her batting average. She goes low for ball 2.
Perez 0 for 1, a strikeout victim back in the second. But now trying to get the line moving for Raton. They need at least a run if they want to see a bottom of the 5th inning.
Swan and miss, and that'll be strike 3. Strike 3.
And the 4th K of the ball game for Martinez is now it'll be Marquez to the plate. She's 0 for 1, a strikeout victim her last time up.
So 1 down for Eunice, 2 more to go. Marquez once again. She came in with a 266 batting average. That goes outside low for ball 1.
And if you're Martinez here, don't press, don't stress, just throw strikes. Your defense has played pretty well. 2 errors behind you, but they haven't cost you. Just concentrate on the batter at the plate.
Yep, 1 bat at a time is all they say. It was low for ball 2.
And you want to finish this one up so you can take about an hour off. Then play the winner of Hojo and Capitan. That game going on field behind us right now.
I expect that to be a very good game as well. Strike call on that one as it goes across.
So it'll run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike to Marquez as Matarano waits on deck. The leadoff hitter would love to have somebody on the base paths in front of her. Change up right through there and swung on and missed. Strike 2. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Great pitch there from Martinez.
No missing the the Eunice fans over there wearing red, of course.
A few Jowl fans here watching.
Sound gets hit. It's going to go to the left, and it's going to definitely be a single on that one as it goes near the wall where it gets back. So nice little single for Perez.
Sat back on it, was waiting on that changeup that time and for Marquez, and she gets the single. And so now it'll turn it over to Matarano. She's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Pop out in the first and a fly out in the third. So now the potential run to continue this game into a bottom of the 5th inning stands out at first. I would expect some fairly aggressive base running with 1 down.
Exactly, especially with it right now. Nope, instead she thought about it for a moment and went back to first.
Right into the glove of Nieto. She thought about snapping it down there and then maybe trying for the rundown. Thinks better of it. Thinks, all right, let's just worry about the batter at the plate. I think right call, ball 1.
Maybe they're not as aggressive as we thought they were going to be. As that gets hit fair to the left.
A long shot for Matarano. Gives it a ride. Goes right to the wall, and that's where Dillard will snatch it. If that one is about a foot higher, it is a 2-run home run. If not, it is just a long, loud fly out to right for out number 2. And so now Raton down to their final 3 strikes, and Addison Medina to the plate.
And Medina had a fly out last time up. Not good for Raton.
And they're going to hit her.
Hit by pitch, so she's going to take her base to first.
So first hit batter for either squad. And now it'll be Chatterley to the plate. Chatterley with a ringing single to right her last time up. Is Coach Kemple going to come out, wants to talk to his infield. Eunice holds on and wins this one. They will play again at noon. Jowl will also be playing at noon. Jowl Sports YouTube. Dawn Morgan will be booking it over here from Cleveland to get that ball game on. I've got to book it out here in just a few minutes to the far west side of town for Eunice baseball at 1 o'clock. So if you are Coach Kemple here, do you maybe just throw up the four fingers and let Chatterley go on to put the force at any base and to face Lemons, who really is, Lemons and Chatterley, kind of a 1A, 1B situation.
Right.
They both the 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Yeah, I think you want to go ahead. You don't have to throw her out. You don't also have to get her on. So just walk her, get to the next batter, and take your chances.
Good pitch, but it's going to miss outside for Martinez. That'll be ball number 1. I don't expect him to give her a whole lot to handle.
Definitely don't get her anything that could go over the fence. As that one is going, and it's going to be fair to the left. As one run does come across, and she gets to second, so an RBI double for Chatterley.
RBI single.
Single, sorry.
So the single, takes it right down the line, but Dillard did a nice job, got to it, cut it off as Medina goes to second, Chatterley at first, and so we will see a bottom of the 5th inning as it is now 11-2 in favor of Eunice as Paige Lemons will step in. Runners at first and second, 2 down.
Thought I saw her at second, but yeah, you're right, first.
Runner at second, Medina. Runner at first, Chatterley, and now it'll be the cleanup hitter, Paige Lemons, to the plate. And whoa, did they call her back? They called back Marquez, I think. Yeah, they had to. So for some reason they called back Marquez.
That would be a foul. So maybe it went to foul after all.
Well, no, it was fair. And that is, I think that's Lemons at the plate.
Let's see.
Unless they're going to say, I don't know what they're saying on this one. That one will be popped up on the right side. Oh, they intentionally walked Lemons. And so Quintana is going to reach, and that'll be a foul. As that almost disaster as Blevins, Nieto, and Martinez all collide in foul territory.
So, yeah, a possible pop out in foul territory, but it was a foul. So she's going to have to go back and bat again. Of course, that is Quintana.
Yeah, it is Quintana. So she is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Couple of pops at pop outs. So the base is loaded, force at any base. Coach Kemple deciding to issue the walk to the cleanup hitter to go after Quintana.
And that'll be foul again. Is this catchable? No.
But giving chase, Zamora running out on it, trying to get to it, does not. So it'll be a no ball, 2 strike count. This might be the time for Martinez. So don't have a bad exchange out there as that one kind of gets kicked around. Coach Barksdale comes over and does a little barking at Quintana. So now down to the count, no balls, 2 strikes. But a run across for Raton. They're not going to go quietly into the good night.
That goes a little high, so that takes it under 10. So there will be a bottom of the 5th.
So you got Lemons on first, Chatterley at second with the RBI, and Medina at third. That one in the dirt. Nice job, Nieto, to block that one out. Eunice, if they can hold it right here, will just need 1 to win it. Walk it off in the bottom of the 5th. And I hate that I'm going to miss that.
That's just the way it works sometimes. You never know how these things are going to play out till they do.
Pop up right side, and that one will be foul ball. As they are hollering she touched it, and I would tend to agree with them, but so everybody will go back and we'll reset it 2-2. Because now that was a dangerous one for Nieto, and she was right on the line. If any part of her was in fair ground, that would have been a fair ball. The ump was right there on top of it and said, nope, foul ball. So Eunice gets a bit of a break.
Another foul ball as it goes to the right this time, out of play.
Quintana again holding tough at the plate. She's fouled off some pretty good pitches there from Martinez to stay alive. Bases loaded, 1 run across for Raton. The 1 run is what they needed to see a bottom of the 5th inning. Due up for Eunice will be 3, 4, and 5, though. It's what you want if you're the Lady Cards. High in the air to shallow center field. Up on it is Pierce and makes the out. But a run does come across for Raton. We will see a bottom of the 5th inning. It's 11-2 our score. We'll be back right after this as Eunice State Tournament softball action continues. Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards! Eunice Municipal Schools is proud to serve their students and community every single day. From kindergarten to high school, Eunice Schools has stood strong, delivering quality education, building resilience, and shaping tomorrow's leaders. This year, Eunice Schools is focused on more growth, more learning, and more Eunice pride because Eunice is on the move and the schools aren't slowing down. To the students, families, staff, and the entire Eunice community, thank you for being a part of something special. Let's make this year one to remember. Eunice Municipal Schools.
All right, we are in the bottom of the 5th. It is a 9-run lead for Eunice, and one more run will get them to 10. Right now, first coming up, of course, Quintana on the mound for the Lady Tigers. Thank you for being here. This is Ron Gunner, and the first one goes across for the ball. So Eunice playing very well so far, has possibly able to get the win. First one's going to go across up the middle into the outfield for a nice bloop single. And again, that is going to be up there we go for Zamora. That was a nice hit. Time on the field as they're going to talk to their pitcher. So we're going to take a timeout as well. Be back in a moment. Thanks again to our sponsors. Here's one of them that keeps us on the air and also makes it free for a better watch, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com or YouTube.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
All right, Bella Pierce is going to be coming up here as they break the huddle. Going to stick with what they've got. Quintana. Again, all it takes is one run, and this game will be over. It is Pierce who's coming up next, who got on an error and also a fielder's choice in the first, was able to score with a two RBI error. First one goes out for the tip foul. So the fun of the bottom inning, as there's one on, no outs. And gets that one across, gets it hit. It's going to go to the right and try to catch it, but instead it goes foul instead and will be not caught. So just a long strike instead. 0-2 now. Looks like we're going to have Eunice baseball or softball after this, as they get the second game. Could be either against Hojo or Capitan. Of course, we'll find out about that here in a moment if they haven't already finished that game. Wiping off first base. Better than I remembered it being, but it's getting back in the box. is Pierce. As that goes low for ball. So the count goes to 2-1. That's right. And now it is at 3-1 for the count. Double check, make sure, but I think that is the case. Gonna hold for a moment as the ump steps out. There's a ball in the field, so we had to get that from another. That's from another game. So I had to clear that ball out. Now we're back. Always happy that nobody gets hit by those balls. You know, it's an easy injury that could happen as that goes across a little high for ball. So now it's ball 3. This count goes to full. 3-2. And will be a walk. So the second batter walked. And that is not how the Lady Tigers wanted this to go so far. So that means Zamora at second for the winning run. Pierce is at first, and it is going to be Nieto coming up. Last time she was up, she had a single, let's see, out number 2, so she was out on a fielder's choice. Person goes across for the ball. 1-0 is the count right now. Goes low for ball 2. Still runners on, first and second. 2-0 is the count. Little patience on that one for the Lady Birds as they're trying to fly into the next round. Tigers still trying to scratch their way out of this. That one goes off. 3-0 over the count. So looking at 3-0 for the count. If she walks, it'll blow up the bases. That doesn't matter though as much. Simply because we've got the runner at second, go to third, and that will be the winning run. High, and it's going to walk. So it will load the bases up. That'll move Zamora to third. Pierce to second. And Liz Gaton coming up next. She had a single last time up. All she needs is a single. Delivery goes across. It's going to be hit. Foul ball. It's going to go to the right and out of play. So Liz Gaton with the first strike. It was a nice game yesterday for Eunice. Today they're having also a good game. Got off early and have not looked back. 11-2. Hits this one to go to center field. And a diving catch is not going to happen, and that's going to be the game as she is safe. Of course, that is going to be once again Zamora. So Zamora scores. It is now, actually I didn't have that fixed, so there we go. It is 12-2, and that is the game. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage. This is all happening right here on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. Thanks again for watching.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Lavelle Insurance, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Wrap it up. Once again, Eunice Cardinals are victorious over the number 2 Raton Lady Tigers, and it happened like this. Top of the first, it was 0-0. Of course, Eunice come in and got 2 on the board. Had a controversial play at the top of the second, as it was a called a block of the catcher. We thought it was going to be an out, but instead turned out to be a run. So that was their 1 run so far in that inning. And then Eunice comes back and scores 5. So makes it 7-1 at the top of the third. Third inning saw another goose egg for the Lady Tigers, while Cards put up 3 and the Lady Birds put up 1 in the fourth and blanked the Lady Tigers in the fourth as well. So the top of the fifth needed some runs, needed at least 1 to keep their game going, and that's what we got from the Lady Tigers. Barely, but still able to get that 1 run. So at that point, it was 11-2, and all it took was 1 run. Of course, took a couple of hits to get around. They had the bases loaded, and a dinger up the middle got the run to come across, and that made it, of course, 12-2. It was 2 runs, 4 hits, 6 errors for Raton. Meanwhile, it was for Eunice 11 hits, 12 runs, and 2 errors for their effort. So next coming up is either going to be Hojo or it's going to be Capitan. We'll find out here. Let's see, see if there is a chance of being able to find out on Max Preps who it's going to be. Still no score there yet. And once again, it's happening. It still could be happening behind us right now. But I know the game is still going, or at least it is in this area. And the next game will be here. Eunice versus the winner of that game between Capitan and Hojo. So let's pause for a moment, get more of our sponsors, be back with more as we continue on right here on the Eunice Cardinal Network. Thanks again for joining us.
Eunice Municipal Schools is proud to serve their students and community every single day. From kindergarten to high school, Eunice Schools has stood strong, delivering quality education, building resilience, and shaping tomorrow's leaders. This year, Eunice Schools is focused on more growth, more learning, and more Eunice pride, because Eunice is on the move and the schools aren't slowing down. To the students, families, staff, and the entire Eunice community, thank you for being a part of something special. Let's make this year one to remember. Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance, Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Lavelle Insurance, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
All right, you want to check just to see, make sure it's set up properly, but do have an update for you a little late. It is Artesia 4, Lovington 0. That was the top of the 5th. Of course, that is softball action going on, provided by our own Don Morgan. So let's see, get into this and see what we've got connected. So we'll be leaving this broadcast here in just a moment. Keep coming back for game 2, essentially, for the Eunice Cardinals, Lady Cardinals, as they're going to go ahead and play the winner once again of the Capitan Hojo game. For myself, Ron Gunner, and TJ Miracle, who had to leave for the Eunice baseball game, and of course Eunice being number 1 in the state are going to be the team to beat, I believe, for the championship this season, and Eunice playing as well as they've ever played before. And again, coming up next, not sure who it's going to be, and they may even get the chance of playing at home once again. Of course, that is a toss of a coin on that one as well. So, yeah, number 11 is going to be, of course, Eunice. And let's see. Once again, I'm going to try one more time before we get off the air here. But we'll be back here in a moment. So that is actually puts their record up to 12-14, still under 500, but getting closer and closer as Raton drops 2 in a row, and now they are 23-6 and out of the playoffs. So myself, once again, I'm going to thank you all for being here, and going ahead and let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. I believe I do have that list. Things got thrown off a little bit when I got my glasses broken. Glasses. I can't believe I said glasses. Well, no, it's going to be DNC Electric, Cardinal Hardware, Eunice Schools, Eunice Health Clinic, along with the City of Eunice, Lavelle Insurance. Also, a big thanks to Lavelle Insurance. I said Lavelle Insurance. See who else we have here. Eunice Pump and Supply, Thomas Welding, Redbird Gas. I'd also like to thank Parker Energy, along with IPS Sports, NMAA Pipeline, Guns Up Services, and Lasco Construction. Thanks for being here. Once again, we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast. Be back in a moment for the second game with Eunice Ladybirds coming up to continue their playoff run. On 2026 Nucindo Credit Union's playoff games right here.